we're going to give you just a brief overview and how we would go about scouting for the defense. And right here, just going to look at linebackers because you're going to have a little bit of pass, you're going to have a little bit of run, and you'll just kind of see how we do it. And obviously, it'll be different for DBs, D-line. All the different positions will have different criteria that you can come up with. Of course, there's a little bit of variation there from coach to coach. But right here, all we're going to look at is number 3, this middle linebacker right here. And this is Nebraska versus Michigan, so there's a lot of information on these guys. And number 3, right here on this sheet, we're just starting what we're going to put into the personnel scouting report. And the very first thing, just inside linebacker, number 3, Nick Heinrich, 6'3", 235. He's a junior. And, of course, you may not have all this information on the guys that you're going to see in a high school, junior high game, but you can give the number. And if you can find a roster with a height and weight, that'd be great. But even at the high school level, it's not always going to be accurate or even any heights and weights put onto the rosters online or anything like that. But we're going to take a look at it and see, just evaluating right here, starting off with the runs and looking at a run grade. So starting it off, the first run that we see, we just see a GT here. And again, we're just looking at number 3. How does he play the GT? How does he play the run? And on this one, I'd say he's pretty timid. He's trying to get over the top. I'm not sure if Nebraska's been working this GT. Michigan not been running a GT a ton. Right here, he's just seeing a down block. A guard works up to him. And he makes contact with him about 3 yards deep. And he's not overly physical there at the point of attack. And he's trying to play over the top. And, of course, they're squeezing with that end on the GT, which is probably what they've been working if they've been ready for that GT. So he might be doing what he's been coached to do, but just extremely soft right here on contact, which is something that I'd almost attempt to give him a negative on. But right here, he may be doing his job just getting on top of the GT. So I'm going to give him a neutral on that one. And what I would do on this, say, hey, neutral. And I put an O or a 0 right there for neutral because it really doesn't matter. And then just kind of give a little bit of an overview of what happened. Soft at the point of attack, caught a block. So that's all you got to do for one play. Now go to the next one. Obviously, we're just looking at run, so it's going to be the next run. And right here is number 3. What run do we have here? We got split zone. And right here, obviously, it looks like he's reading interior lineman. He steps up. He's pretty aggressive into that A gap. He fits it up to the front side of A gap. But, again, just not extremely physical right there. Nobody even works up to him, and he's still not able to make the play. He just walks right into this double team where they're double teaming his nose. Walks him straight to him right there. So not just a great play, not great awareness. If he would have sat behind this and had been explosive in reading the running back, I'd say he's got really good awareness, really good feel for it. Right here, it just looks like he has no clue where that football is and really no intention of making a play right here on this. So he just runs and gets jumbled up in the trash like a very average linebacker right there. So again, coming over here to our sheet, probably going to give him another neutral right here. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. He didn't run away from contact, didn't get blown up. But he's neutral. Not great awareness. On the inside zone. On the inside zone. Walked into double team. So, I mean, it's just things like that. You can come up with whatever you want as far as these criteria and how you kind of evaluate what's going on. So right here, that's all that I'm seeing. Hey, he's not very aware of what's going on. He just walks into this double team that works straight up to him. And of course, running back does a good job fitting this outside gap and pressing this double team. But still, could slow down just a little bit and fire off and find the running back. Doesn't really do it right here on this one. So we'll slide to the next run. Again, here's number 3. He's walking up. He's pointing. He's trying to tell people what's going on. Got a heavy set over here. So, again, they're probably running duo if I had to guess. Downhill, trying to bend it back that way. We'll see how number 3 plays it on this. He's pretty aggressive to get in on that. He's still making contact, though. That's 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. That's 2 yards past the first down. That's on a 3rd and 1. So, again, just steps up but gets absolutely mollywopped there by some really good offensive linemen, obviously. But right there, tons of movement. Doesn't even make contact till he's about -3 from the line of scrimmage. So, I feel like that's really poor play late to get down to it, especially in the situation. So right on this one, I'm going to give the linebacker a negative. Gets moved by the O-line. Makes contact 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. Late to fill on 3rd and 1. Here's the next run, and again, I think this is the same drive because it's still pretty early in the game, and 3's not in there. So that's something that you should take note of as well. They took him off the field at some point. I don't know if it's because he's getting misaligned or if he's just being kind of timid right there with that front. But we'll see if he falls back into the game. Right here on this, you can just keep going if you wanted, but I feel like I've got a pretty decent feel of number 3. He's pretty average football player. He probably does what he's supposed to, just not very strong, doesn't bring a whole lot with his hands. And then you can write that in under your guy. So now you can just copy and paste that. So right here up on the player evaluation for the run grade, I would say he's a neutral negative. Probably does what he's supposed to do, but he's just not a guy that's going to be an absolute skull crusher or anything like that in the middle. And you can write some of that down here in the description that you can copy and paste that. Now it's going to move on to the passing grade. Now again, now you come over here, instead of having a run check, now you're just going to go pass. Let's see how number 3 does against the pass and what kind of stuff we can learn from the passes that we have right here. Here's number 3. He's bumped over the top of this tight end. And right here we'll see this is on a 1st and 10. He checks him. He's just lunging right here. He's got his arms extended. Look at that base that he's got right there with his shoulders way out in front of his toes. Just gets absolutely bullied there by the tight end. So, I mean, he's in his way, but right there just doesn't look very athletic to try to make a play on the pass. So, again, coming over here to the pass, I'd say this is a negative. Looks stiff. Isn't ready to change directions when he's checking the tight end. And he's also lunging, trying to put hands on. So after that, now we'll just see what the next play is. See what happens for the next pass. And right here, this is like 20 personnel set. Got a little bit of motion right here in the 2x2. Let's try to find 3. He's down here to the bottom. They're running an option route. That's what they're looking for right there. They feel like they had an option and a good matchup here with a running back getting out of the backfield on number 3. He's trying to run an option route here on him. And right there, this is not bad. I feel like this is pretty decent coverage. He does a good job. He motions with him. I'd say, obviously, he doesn't get out there with the best base or anything, and he's kind of leaning back, so he doesn't look comfortable with it. This is actually not a bad play right here on this one. So for a linebacker to check maybe a running back with no help there in the middle, which you see that's a huge alley right there. He does a pretty decent job of breaking on the in route and everything right here. So I thought this was a pretty good play. So here I'm going to give him a plus on this, just checking the running back out of the backfield on an option route. But if I was looking at it as well, I'd also say I still feel good about our matchup. Might need to go to the out route on this one. So again, it's one of those things. It's not going to be perfect. This is the very first time I've looked at this guy and kind of broken him down. This is a pretty decent play, but I would also say, hey, there's tons of space on this. I really like this option route down here to the running back. If we can get him matched up on 3, that's a ton of space. Even if I just throw him the ball, now he's got to tackle with absolutely no help right there. So, but still, evaluating personnel, that's a good play there by 3. Knock that thing down, trying to tighten down the space on that one. So right there you see kind of how it works. And again, it's not rocket science, and we're not trying to act like we invented anything, but it just gives you a good chance to kind of look at it. So pass, I'm going to say he's a neutral. Made some plays, which was kind of an oddity to me because I really liked the look right there with the running back on that linebacker, but he made a play. He closed the space and he knocked it away from the running back, so he made a good play right there, so I got to give it to him. And obviously we look at more plays than this as far as the pass and everything, just to make sure and confirm and see other times whenever he's one-on-one, if he consistently made those plays or if it's just like a one-time thing. But just want to give you kind of an overview and show you how we actually do it. And of course, you might write this down instead of typing it. That might be easier for you. You might be looking at it on your phone, might be looking at it on your tablet. Whatever it is, it's probably easier to write that down than you can type it. Then you can type it into the personnel game plan as you're going. But this is just kind of an overview of it. I'm sure if you have any questions, just reach out and we'll try to help you with it. But again, you can evaluate it however you want to and try to make it look the way that you want to as far as what you're looking for and what you're trying to take advantage of with the defense. So just because it's the way that we try to take advantage of stuff doesn't mean that it will be the same for your offense, and you can try to change and what you're looking for and trying to take advantage of with personnel. So hope this helps. Let us know if there are any questions, and we'll try to clarify it for you. That's just a look at how we do personnel with our coaching staff.